Hi, I'm Jason, a machinist here with Tormach. Today we're going to go over our SmartCool product. It's a programmable coolant system that works with PathPilot. It offers three primary modes of operation, which include a tool tip mode, so the coolant will track the tip of the tool, a part zero mode, which will track the zero on your workpiece, and then we also have an oscillation mode or a wiggle mode that'll wiggle up and down by a set value. It can also be adapted to work with all of our coolant options, so it works with flood coolant, a mist coolant, and also an air blast. And it can also be expanded with a multi-coolant module to allow you to run both flood coolant and the mister or an air blast at the same time. Let's jump on the machine and we'll go over the different modes and show you how to use them all. The default mode is going to be Z0 mode, so it's going to track the zero position of your workpiece. We do give you the ability to adjust the Z position, so if you set your work zero is at the bottom of your part and you want to program it for a 2-inch thick part, you can put in an E value to set the zero position at positive 2 inches. You can set either a positive or a negative value, so it doesn't really matter where you set your zeros, you can program around it with the coolant. So it's by default, we're going to run, I'll show you M7s here. So if we just do a standard M7, what you're going to see is that the SmartCool unit's going to track the zero position of the machine. So as we jog, you're going to see it change position and follow the origin of the part around. If we want to adjust that value, we can type in an M7 with an E value. So we can go M7, E2, and what we'll see is the SmartCool unit's going to move up and it's going to assume that the zero position is 2 inches above. So to demonstrate this footage, I'll jog the machine down. I'm just going to set my zero position here. So we'll just hit Z0, and you can see that the SmartCool unit is aimed at the zero position of the part, and as we jog up in Z, you'll see that it tracks that position. It works with both. So you can see with the multi-coolant module, the PathPilot is automatically compensating for the air blast versus the flood coolant. The primary coolant system is going to be on the bottom. So when we type in an M7, what it's really saying is use this top slot. So if we install an air blast here, or if we install a fog buster unit, it's going to use this top slot for the aiming of the unit itself. The second mode of operation we can do is tooltip mode. So this is controlled with a P value, and what it's going to do is it's going to track the tip of the tool. So it's going to use your tool length offset right inside of PathPilot. So we'll type M7 P0, and you can see that the SmartCool is now pointed at the tip of the tool. We can adjust this as well, so we can say M7 P1. You can see that it aims the coolant a little bit higher, so we can adjust the heights up and down as you need. You can also adjust all this stuff on the fly. If you're in the middle of a program and you want to make a change, you can also use the shortcut keys of Alt-D and Alt-U, and you can see that D lowers the SmartCool unit and U is going to raise it up. And that'll stay effective until you recall an M7 or M8 or turn it off. And the third mode of operation is going to be the oscillation mode or wiggle mode, and this is controlled with an R value. So if we show again, we can say M7 R2, it's going to say a 2-inch oscillation. So you can enter, and you can see that it points it at Z0 and oscillates at the tip of the 2-inch fan. So we can kind of combine these all into different units too. If we want to run, the air blast at the tip of the tool, so we can say M7 P0, and then we want to add an oscillation, we can add an R value to that. So we can say R2. You can see now it's going to point at the tip of the tool and fan or oscillate the coolant stream. So we can kind of mix and match these all together. And the final option we have for using the SmartCool is an air blast mode or a Q value. This works really nice with the flood coolant option. You can just add an auxiliary air blast to clear some chips or to clean the part off. So for this, we'll shut the wiggle off, which is a standard M9. I'm going to turn on the flood coolant, so I'm going to close the doors here. So I'm going to just do a M8 with a P0. This is going to point the coolant at the tip of the tool, and then I'm going to say a Q of 2. So every 2 seconds, it's going to blast the air. So if we turn this on, see the coolant's on the end. and every couple of seconds we should hear an air blast. So this product does work with all of our CNC mills. It's been our SmartCool overview video. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos.